Hey guys, how are you? I got this cool video sound in the background here. Hey, there we are. I'm Devin Doherty, and I've got feedback. That's so cool. I'm Devin Doherty, one of the founders of the Thrive Real Estate Network, and we're over at eXp Realty. And I'm here to introduce you to Jim Black, who just partnered with the Thrive Real Estate Network. Welcome, Jim. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing awesome. Thanks. Thank you very much, Devin.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. For those of you who don't know Jim, I'm going to take a minute to tell you about how accomplished he is, and just give you a little bit of background. Jim founded the Jim Black Group in 2013 and has grown his team from a team of 2, and there's a story behind that, and we'll talk more about that as well, to a team of 12 in 7 years. And he's the #1 team in Central Massachusetts for the last 4 years, 2016, 17, 18, and 19. And his team's production is about double that of the next closest team in the market. He's the #1 producer in the Central Mass market. In 2019, he sold 212 homes for $56 million in sales volume. He's a former member of Gary Keller's mastermind and just moved over to eXp from Keller Williams. He's an amazing human, father of 2. How old are your kids, Jim?
So Anna is 10, and our little firecracker Madeline, she is going to turn 8 on July 4th.
Nice. Well, happy birthday. And you're also married how long?
So tomorrow on June 30th, it'll be 13 years. So she'll be happy I remembered that.
Well, happy anniversary to your amazing wife. And any real estate crossover in your family? Any pollination there between the kids and the wife and you?
So the biggest thing is probably, I started really when Anna was born, really that first month. So she's been involved in real estate. She's got to show houses. She's got to learn this a little bit. Not sure if it's her thing, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you bet. That's awesome. So our reason for being here is to help people understand why you made the move to eXp and Thrive. Can you just go a little deeper on that for us?
So I guess one of the biggest things is, the world has changed a bit this year. And, I've definitely, I think the biggest thing we did is I saw an opportunity for some personal and professional growth. I saw some wealth building opportunities for me and my team, saw the opportunity for my team to actually, save some money as well. There was a lot of great things. Those are, I guess, the high level reasons for us to make that move, and really just getting into business with the people in the Thrive Network and what you guys are building there.
Well, thank you. And it's what we're building together. And that's what's so awesome. Now, you and I actually were members of Gary Keller's mastermind, but we didn't know each other. How did you find us?
Actually, David Hill is a good friend of mine. He's actually the same guy who convinced me I should get my real estate license years ago. And he told me, hey, you should talk to this guy, Devin. And I had a couple conversations with you and other people within the Thrive Network. And I just realized there was something missing in my life and my business that I really saw in the group of people that are in this Thrive Network at eXp.
Well, thank you. And so, as you know, it's not about me; it's about the entire team that we have, which is an amazing organization. And so many people have brushed against eXp. They've either seen it or they've said, "I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt." Just for clarity, how close were you to coming to eXp in the past?
So I think my first conversation about eXp was almost 2 years ago, and then I would say it's about a year and a half now. I filled up a storage unit with signs and all kinds of other supplies with eXp logos on it. So I was very close to making the move.
And then tell me about. I know that sometimes people are moving for one reason or another. Can you go a little deeper about why you didn't do it then and why you did it now?
I think one of the biggest things is sometimes we are moving towards something and sometimes we're moving away. So I found this was the first time that I actually saw an opportunity to move towards in order for us to grow to the level that I think we can, from, again, personally and professionally.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And as people have brushed against it and then maybe moved away, your old brokerage kind of wooed you back in. Can you tell us a little bit about what was that like?
Yeah, there was definitely. I didn't want to make a move initially, and there was definitely a lot of things that were dangled there convincing me that it was a good idea to stay. And I'll tell you, I mean, it was a year later and I was standing there and just wondering what happened. And, I was in the same spot I was a year before. And then when I started my conversations with the Thrive Network, I realized that some of the stuff that I was looking for and seeking out, that's where it was.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So how does Thrive and eXp address your current growth stumbling blocks?
So I would have to say one of the first ones is definitely a personal growth. I'm going to go there. Is just being present. That, and it may seem like kind of a simple thing, but it's a big thing. This past week, spending 4 days swimming in the pool with the kids. I mean, that's a big deal. Yeah. At least for me, it is. And from a growth standpoint, what we're built, like you said, what we're building together, I love the fact that I'm part of that. My team is part of building this Thrive Network. Is the trainings on wealth building and mindset and script practice, all the stuff that we're building is actually some leverage for me as well, because we're all working together. I feel like we had a bunch of team leads that are working together to build something in order to, benefit all of our teams, really.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So what would you say to people who believe that eXp is only recruiting focused?
I will tell you that I actually thought the same thing, and I wasn't interested. And the biggest thing I found is, for me, it's actually been about growth. It's been about, I mean, there is definitely the opportunity to build wealth through it. I didn't know if the company was a viable option, eXp. Yeah. And I actually had my financial advisor look at it with me and actually decide, is this a place I want to work at? And is this a place I want to invest in? And the answer was yes to both, especially this year.
Yeah, you bet. And what's so interesting is that you actually, if you remember, you had your financial advisor reviewing it, and I had mine doing the exact same thing at the same time. And they looked at the finances of eXp and the organization itself. And now it's been named as a market mover and one of the best real estate stocks to own. Why should someone watching this investigate working with you and Thrive and eXp? What specifically are the benefits to them?
So I mentioned a little bit of it just around the training and support that we actually have, and all the virtual opportunities to learn. Because I know people that they can't physically get to an office to learn the stuff they need to learn, and the way that we've structured that is incredible through Zoom and Verbella. I just think that's a huge thing. And I think the biggest thing is you guys and myself, we're focused on building wealth for all those that surround us. And this is just another opportunity for that. And if you're looking to, I don't want my team to have to, show up every day to work because they have to. I want them to show up because they want to. And if they can build wealth through real estate, through ownership in stock, through the revenue share, all these different things, they can go ahead and do that. They show up because they want to, not because they have to.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What's great about, another way of saying that is, I think you and I have talked about this before, is that the benefit that the reason why a person joins a team in a traditional brokerage is because of the benefit that you provide. And the reason they join a team in the world that we're in now is not only the reason you provide, but the reason that we provide. And when I say we, it's a double we, it's Thrive and eXp. Yep. So now we've got a triple we. It's Jim, Thrive, and eXp. And all these benefits are available to anybody who just chooses to raise their hand and go from there. Speaking of raising their hand, you've had some incredible stories in your life of the people that are on your team. How does this benefit your agents, your administrative staff? How does this benefit the organization, the Jim Black Group?
So with my staff, I mean, one of the biggest things, again, goes back to wealth building. I mean, the opportunity for them to earn stock, to earn revenue share, an additional way for them to build wealth. I mean, some of them have bought multifamily properties before, but this is another avenue. And with my agents, I mean, it actually costs them less every year, working at eXp versus our previous brokerage. But they also have that same opportunity through, most of them are capping agents that are going to go ahead and, earn stock. They're going to earn revenue share. And, even if they didn't do that, they're still earning, more than they would where we previously were.
Yeah. And you started out with Olivia 7 years ago. I think you guys just celebrated your 7-year work anniversary too, right?
Yep, that would have been June 1st, 7 years.
And in the process, she's obviously been the backbone of your business and really helped you grow. And she's blossomed her career as well. What I guess I would ask is, as you're speaking to Olivia and Rich and some of the other members of your team, what are the benefits? I've heard you say about wealth building and mindset and those kinds of things. What else do you see for them as we continue to grow this together?
So I think there's other opportunities for them to grow. So we talked about money and stuff, but that's not gonna, after you have so much, it doesn't matter. It's going to be about their growth, their personal growth, their professional growth. And I've already started to see that. I've already started to see that in them. And I think there's a huge opportunity for them to grow through all the people that are part of this network. And I think that's a big thing, having them entrenched in this network of people within the Thrive network. And as we grow that network becomes stronger and stronger, and they'll be able to grow just as well as me and you and everybody else.
I love that. I love that. So in closing, on a personal level, you've had an enormous trajectory, wild success in career. How has your choice in real estate affected your ability to show up as a father?
So, sometimes it can be tough. I'm going to be honest. I mean, we work a lot of hours as real estate agents, and even when you have a team, I mean, there's stuff that you got to go do. I think the biggest thing in real estate that I've had, I love real estate because of the fact that I can go 10:30 in the morning to a field day at my kid's school. I can show up at 6:30 at night to the softball game. And in the last week, I've had a ton of growth in that area where I mentioned earlier, I found myself just being present, being there, and having conversations with my kids that, I hadn't had before because I didn't actually know what those conversations looked like.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And just like you said, that presence is a present, right? And the fact that you've been able to now focus on creating that balance between what it looks like to invest in your family and your team. So how should people reach out to you, Jim? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
So you can either reach out. My cell phone is 774-280-0353. You can text, you can call. You can also just send me a Facebook message. I will respond to it and ask any questions that you have. There's plenty to learn. But yeah, either text, call, or a Facebook message.
Awesome. And so, what do you got a parting shot for us? Something you want to share?
So I think the biggest thing that I had to do this year is I got an open mind. I realized that my ego was getting in the way of my growth, and I needed to go ahead and let that ego down and look at what is best for my people, what is best for me, what's best for my family. And that's when I opened my mind to that, I realized that there was a better opportunity for me, for my family, and for my team.
So can we go just a little layer deeper before we wrap?
Yes.
And that is, how does ego get in the way of this? Like, in other words, how did it show up for you? And then what did you change?
I don't like making a wrong decision. And, I had made a decision to make a move to eXp before, and I wasn't going to do it again because I already made that decision once. And I needed to put my tail between my legs and say, you know what, this is the right decision for us, even if it affects my ego in that way. So that was probably the biggest thing with the ego. And then being open to believing that what I know to be correct may not be correct.
Wow. And you had also said earlier that one of the things that was helpful for you is when you said you took your eyes off yourself and you put them on your team and the world around you, and you made it more about them. There was something you said there. I can't remember exactly how you said it.
The biggest thing was I had to look and see where is the opportunity. So with my team, I want them to be able to grow wealth. And what is the opportunity where they can grow wealth, whether it be personal, financial wealth, or just wealth of their life, and where can they grow all of that? And I had to get my ego out of the way and look at what was best for them. What's best for me, my family,
that's really, really good. I think another way to say that, Jim, is that you were ego. A lot of times what it comes in is it's about me, right? Yeah. And when you take your eyes off me and you put them on we, you all of a sudden now can look at maybe your highest purpose inside of what the organization is looking to accomplish. And I see that shift happen for you. Is that really part of the reason why it went from a me to a we, and that's how you killed ego?
Yeah, I had to look at what was best for them, and I had to look at where, again, it was just like I said, it went back to ego. Once I really let the guard down and I looked at everything with open eyes, I realized that the biggest opportunity for all of these people is here. It
Yeah.
was really, and it was really the only option.
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
only
Believe me.
option that worked
And I
for
know
us.
you've done the research, as have I. So yeah, it's a pleasure. And again, people can reach out to you by Facebook, send you a Facebook private message. They can reach out to you by seller text. The number's up on the screen. It's 774-280-0353. Jim, I am so blessed and so honored to be your partner at the Thrive Real Estate Network and at eXp. And I'm here to serve. And it's so great to have you, and really appreciate you, and make it a great day. Okay.
Thank you, Devin. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.